What's up, everybody? Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook, back with you for another season of Ivy League football previews as we kick off week 1 in the Ancient 8. And we'll break this thing down by team as a season preview, so to speak. And we'll start with the preseason number 1 team. There's 2 tied for number 1. We'll start with the Harvard Crimson, and head coach Tim Murphy once again has his team ready to go entering the 2022 season. Aiden Bourget is a tremendous tailback, but I'm excited to see the healthy return of wide receiver Keaton Oderman. I think this guy is a difference maker, and we should see this Harvard Crimson team pick up right where they left off last season. Next up are the Dartmouth Big Green, and head coach Buddy Stevens has led his team to a 9-1 record the last 3 seasons, mostly due to his outstanding defense. Well, this year the defense is replacing a lot of starters, but their offense is much more experienced and still stout up front along the line of scrimmage and also at quarterback. So maybe their offense will lead them this season until their defense gets up to speed, but they should be another strong team coming out of the Ivy League. The Princeton Tigers have been one of the more consistent teams in the Ivy League as well as in the FCS under head coach Bob Cerise, and this year shouldn't be any different. And although he's breaking in some new quarterbacks this season, he has a tremendous talent at wide receiver in Andre Isavas, who's one of the best playmakers in the Ivy League and also in the FCS, and he's an NFL prospect. And where have we heard that before? They put out a ton of NFL prospects coming from that Princeton Tiger program. And this year, I expect their offense and their defense to be the same level of consistency that we've seen from them all throughout Cerise's tenure. The Yale Bulldogs are led by head coach Tony Reno, and he has one of the strongest point of attack teams in the Ivy League. You talk about a team that does a great job on both sides of the line of scrimmage, and quarterback Nolan Grooms was excellent last year. I'm excited to see him play this season, and he gives them a true chance to really sneak up this ranking and also atop this list by season's end. So it's going to be fun to watch how they play and how they perform all throughout the year. They have a big game this week in their opener against Holy Cross, who's fresh off of an upset of Buffalo of the FBS. Head coach Al Bagnoli's Columbia Lions finished 7-3 last year, 4-3 in Ivy League play, and this is a team that I believe has the best special teams unit in all of the Ivy League. You talk about kicking game, punting, the return game. The Lions can do it all, and it's a big reason why they were able to finish with that 7-3 record. And maybe this year people are sleeping on Columbia, and they could be a dark horse team to finish atop the league by season's end. I know head football coach Ray Priori of the Penn Quakers can't wait to start this season because of how well they finished down the stretch. This was a young football team still figuring out how to win, how to play consistently, and we started to see glimpses of that down the stretch of last season. So I know he's excited about this year, because if they can start how they finished last season, then 2022 will be a special year for the Quakers. Let's take a look at the Brown Bears, and their head coach James Perry loses quarterback E.J. Perry, who was a fantastic quarterback for this Bears program, but they're still stacked at all of the skill positions. And the biggest question this year for me, for Brown, will be if their defense can start to get some consistent stops, and on offense, can they stop the turnovers? If those 2 things happen, then Brown, with the way they can put the ball in the end zone, will definitely be a team to watch this upcoming season. And lastly, we take a look at the Cornell Big Red with their head football coach David Archer, who's looking for his first winning season. And when you look at Cornell and you look at their quarterback Jamison Wang, who was a fantastic player last year for him, I'm excited to see how he can build on last year's success. He's a true dual threat at the position. And this was a team that played in a lot of close games. So what you're looking for going into 2022, if they can turn those close losses of last year into close wins, then Cornell will definitely find themselves getting out of the cellar and being much more of a factor in the league overall. So that's it for this Week 1 Ivy League football report and preview. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook. For more Ivy League football coverage, keep it locked here on ESPN+.